What's goody? What's goody? What's goody? It's your boy Brandon, and we back with another episode of the I'm Just Saying podcast. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I know I've been gone for a week or two, close enough. But anyway, welcome back to my YouTube streaming podcast now, I guess you could say. Still getting used to the format, still, trying to figure out how to look here instead of thinking up here, like, but we getting it together. But I want to, when I disappear for it, when I'm not consistent, I try to make better episodes where they resonate a little bit better. Um, with that being said, I wanted to sit on this episode for a little bit longer than usual because I wanted to see, how I was feeling for real before I put out something that I'm really not doing, so, but I wanted to make sure I was doing it first, trying it out, and then seeing where it goes. So with that being said, this episode is called Taking a Break. And I really think we all need to take a break because, I'm sorry, taking a break from dating. We should take a break from that because taking a break gives us time to reflect. And even and a lot of us, I don't think a lot of us are jumping into relationships anymore because we're jumping into too many situationships. And then if you can recall, I was one of the ones that said situationships are good. And I still believe that. I still believe situationships can grow into relationships. And I think situationships can teach us a lot about ourselves and who we are. So I just wanted us to, you know, really get in the groove of like once a failed situationship happens, what do you do? Um, this is kind of opinionated in a way, and I hate to like use myself as a person that uses only their opinions without facts or whatever the case may be. But I think this is an opinion based kind of thing. I think some people feel like they don't need to take breaks. I don't know why, but um, and actually, I was one of those ones that really felt like they needed to take a break from, or didn't need to take breaks because of the fact that I felt like everything I was doing was okay. Like if a failed situation happened, I was like, oh, well, okay, cool, on to the next one. But I realized that instead of me taking the positive things from the failed situationships, I was actually carrying the baggage instead of that, instead of carrying the positive stuff. So with that being said, I just rather take a break. And it's okay. Like I want y'all to know that it's okay to take a break from dating. Like you don't have to rush into nothing. You don't have to rush into um just having somebody in your space. You don't have to rush into that, like you can just do what you want to do. And then the beauty about being single is you can move at your own pace. Nobody dictates your pace. Unless especially when you're on top of your shit. Like you don't have to let nobody dictate what you want to do with yourself. You know what I mean? Like that's one of the most beautiful things about it. Um, I really wanted to deep dive into like what I'm doing, so see it and then see if it is relatable to what y'all are doing. If y'all are doing that, um, I really think for me, I'm just not getting the things that I really want in a relationship, or I don't see those things, and that's because it could be something. I really feel like it's just me. I could be the fact that I'm not elaborating enough to the people that I was trying to date or trying to understand or whatever the case may be. It just felt like, I wasn't really getting that. And things weren't clicking. And I think that becomes the fact that I think it really just becomes the problem where you got to sit back and really like look at yourself in the mirror. You really got to see who you are. And I think that's when I started feeling like, yo, you need to chill. You might need to take a break because you going back and forth. You doing things that you really not trying to do. And I think that's where it really came down to for me. I just started feeling like, man, I'm not really getting the energy or the reciprocation that I really want from somebody. And I think that's okay. You know what I mean? Like, and it doesn't mean, and you know, like, even though you're taking a break, in my eyes, I'm just taking a break from the actual art of it. Like, I feel like dating is a skill. I feel like dating is an art. It should be fun, you know, something that's enjoyable. I've always said these things, right? And because I'm taking a break from it doesn't mean I don't want to do these things. It's just the fact that I think I needed to sit back and relax for a little bit and not put too much pressure on the dating situation itself. Now, and when I'm saying taking a break, I'm not looking to cut people off in a sense. Like, I'm really more like trying to just relax. Like, I love when I see people out taking dates. I love relationships. I love the way love looks on us as a community. I think it's a beautiful thing. It's just that, you know, some of us really just not out here finding what we want. So sometimes we need to reevaluate what we want first and then go back into it. And for me personally, I'm not really interested in looking right now. I think I'm okay with whatever I got going on, whatever that may be. So I'm like, just taking it all in one day at a time. Like, I'm going back into the decentering stage. Like, um, and and like I said, maybe I didn't decenter long enough. You know what I mean? Like, maybe I just didn't put more time into myself, and I started trying to put effort into other people again. And it's so easy when you were like a cool person, laid back, and you're a good person. It's easy to fall out of that. Oh, let me do for me, let me help others or do things for others and stuff like that. And I think that's what causes us to go through what we go through. But you know, there's a silver lining to it. Like, you got to be able to put effort into yourself and realize what you want for yourself too. You know, but you know, who am I? I always say, like, the things that I always try to speak positive though. Like, you know what I mean? Just because a failed situationship happened, it doesn't dictate what's going to happen in the future. You just got to learn from your mistakes. But I ain't gonna lie though. I ain't gonna lie. I'm tired. I ain't gonna hold you. Dating is fun, right? But it's supposed to be fun. But sometimes it's not. It you find people that you just aren't rocking with. You find people that are just a little bit crazy. You know what I mean? You know what a dating pool looks like. And I'm starting to see why a lot of people say the dating scene is trash, it's murky, it's a lot of piss in the water. And it's tough because I try my best to fight those terms, but I see it, like, you know, at the time when I was speaking so highly, like, man, the dating pool isn't trash, and I still don't feel like it's trash. I just feel like things just got to change a little bit, and you know, once they do change, I think things will get a little better. And I think if we all take a dating reset, a dating detox, I like those terms because of the fact that sometimes we just got to take a break and relax and come back and reflect. I think a lot of us will jump into one thing into another without reflecting, without doing the self healing. Like, you got to remember, even if you, this is something I had to learn. I had to look at myself and point the finger at myself. Even though you know, something might last or maybe a month or two, it doesn't, it could be from a month or two or 2 years. It don't matter. Like, whatever the situation is, like, you still need to heal from it. And I tried to be one of those ones like, man, I'm good. I don't really need to heal from it for real, for real. But you got to realize that once you give yourself to somebody and you spend time with somebody and you give effort, or they give effort and they show you things, they highlight qualities of yourself, and then you put your energy and pour into their cup. Things like that, it's gonna come and it's gonna mess you up sometimes. And I started realizing that after multiple failed situationships, like, bro, you need to chill. And then, you know, my homegirl Nelia will be saying the same shit. Like, my people will be, all my bros and all my friends would be like, man, maybe you just need to take a break, bro. Like, especially my homegirl Nelia. Like, she would be like, take a break. And I'm like, yeah, I feel like I already took a break. You know, it's like shit didn't last that long. So I just decided to keep pushing. And I realized that I started carrying other situationships into other situationships. And I think that's when it's like, all right, All right, okay. I'm gonna sit down this time. So, because I've been doing this solo dating thing, and it's been very beneficial. It's been very productive as well. I just feel like, hey, maybe I could do a little bit better when it comes to that part. Um, and honestly, it's been working. So that's why I kind of been doing this for almost a couple weeks now. So I wanted to make sure that I was doing the right things before I got on this episode. And I might do a I might do taking a break part two, just so y'all I can give y'all more of like what's been happening since weeks from now, since I really like took a break from it. And I think none of us really sit back and take a break from dating, because you could be out and about. I think that's the funniest thing, especially for women. I can see this happening a lot to y'all. Like y'all be like, all right, I'm good. I'm really doing my solo thing. I'm really in my soft girl era, and that should not work. Like it didn't, because it's like, as men, we always got to be the pursuers. So we don't know what you going through until we start talking to y'all, and then even then, the our mindset is like on attack. You know what I mean? Like in a good way, and then not aggressive or anything like that. But when I mean like on attack, it's just us to try to pursue you and try to woo you and try to throw a quick little one liner that might get you to say what's up to us or give us your number, anything like that. So I think that's one of the biggest things that, like, for y'all, it's hard for y'all to decenter dating and decentering men or whatever the case may be. But it's gonna be it's gonna be funny how y'all like solo date and just worry about yourselves. I think it's a lot harder for y'all. Men, we could just go ahead, go to the grocery store. Sometimes women are checking for it, sometimes they're not. I'm not one of those guys that get checked on a lot, but I everything I do, I earn that. You feel me? Like I had to go get that. Like if I got a shorty number, I earn that. Like I put the work in for that, and that's just how it is. Sometimes you know how it is with the dating society and shit like that, and preference matters, and you know how people have a preference for people. So um it's just a funny thing that we go through when it comes to dating. Anybody that's out there in a relationship, I recommend that you stay in your relationship. Don't come on this side, because it's already hard out here for us. So, and I always talk about us like being healed and whatnot. Um, I always, I just know at the end of the day, like the reason why behind all this stuff, I just needed to reflect on who I am and what I'm doing. I can't see myself jumping into a relationship right now because of the fact that I'm not seeing the efforts from people. I don't see the energy. Like sometimes you know how you walk into the room and you can really see the energy in the room. For the people that can read rooms, you know how you can walk into. So imagine this, right? This is how I've been feeling. Imagine you walk into a room. This is a dating room. Let's put this label it as a dating room, or I don't want to say pool because we're not swimming right now, even though it's closer to summer. But we enter a room, we kind of feel the vibe. You notice the energy in there is off right off the back. Like you not even in there for 5 minutes yet, and you kind of like, it's just kind of eerie, like, and that's and you start to feel like, damn, this is supposed to be easy. Like dating rooms are supposed to be chill. Like what's going on? So you start to realize that the energy's off, and you're trying to figure out and try to find somebody to connect with. So you go to the nearest person that's in the room with you, and you ask them a couple questions about how life is, and do you feel like this energy is off? And then they kind of say, no, I don't feel any energy off, but for certain that the energy's off. But that person that you're talking to all of a sudden is not, I think everything is cool. I think everything's all right. But you know better than that. So you just like, all right, maybe I'm tripping. And then you continue to keep talking to that person. Now you're still in this dating room and you're trying to figure out why the energy still feels this way. But you're still like, whatever, I'm gonna just continue with my day, continue with my life. But things aren't working out. think the room is still starting to spin a little bit. The room doesn't seem as easy as it was when you first walked in there. So imagine that. That's what I've been feeling like. Like the dating pool or dating room, I should say, it just hasn't felt. It doesn't feel right, and I think that's because we all need to take a reset. I've been preaching that for a while though, but I'm starting to feel it myself. So and then all you see is on threads and Instagram is the same shit over and over again. Everybody talking about how they really want to find love, but not putting the work in to find it. That's all you see up and down threads, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok. And we're the generation that has to, go through all this shit now because we're the old heads. We're the OGs now. We old as hell now. We in our 30 plus. We in our grown stage, and look at us. We all got to deal with the same bullshit. Our parents didn't have to go through that. Like, at least from what I know, like we didn't have to go through some of that stuff. So with that being said, it's like, what do we do now? I have no clue. I have no clue at the moment. But I know things can change. I'm positive. I'm very optimistic. I think we just need to reset. Like, I think some of our values are we not standing on business. We're not standing on our values or what we want for ourselves in a relationship. And ask yourself this question: what do you want for yourself in the other person that you're trying to date that's in a relationship? Ask yourself those questions. Again, what do you want for yourself and the other person that you're dating? What do you want? If you can't answer that question, then you probably shouldn't be dating. And I know that's an open, like very like meaty question, but like, what do you want for yourself? What do you want? What do you want in dating? Dating is the standard of what your relationship will look like, what your marriage will look like. So sometimes, I always talk about my 3 to 6 month rule, right? And if all the new people that don't understand what the 3 to 6 month, I can't even get it right. The 3 to 6 month rule is, it's a guideline. Let me say that one more time because I get it thrown in my face a lot, and I hate that shit. Like, it's not meant to be the be all. It's not I die by this rule, but I'm standing on it because it's only helping me and you in the dating pool. It's only helping us. It's not this shit ain't supposed to be something that people talk shit about. It's literally, and let me I'm gonna get back to what it is in a second, but I'm just giving you the brief, like, this is what it's supposed to be used for. It's not supposed to be used for bad. It's only used for good and trying to help us gather our relationship together. So if we're dating, I'm giving you the 3 to 6 month rule. So the 3 to 6 month rule is a guideline that will help you shape your relationship with the person you're dating. I have 3 to 6 month rules because I need to get to know you a little bit better before now maybe I've done wrong things in my own 3 to 6 month rule. I know, I get it. Like, it's not meant to be perfect either, but I've done things where I'm just making sure I'm good and you're good, and then we should just be dating. Like, and then after the 3 months, I think after 3 months of dating somebody consistent, that honeymoon stage disappears. Every 90-day mark, once you get to the 90 days, you start to see who the person really is. And I have never met any woman that can keep up that honeymoon stage or that intensity of how it feels, the butterfly effect, how it feels in the beginning. Now, ladies, let me know if guys don't do. All I know is that the women I've came across, they cannot keep that honeymoon phase. And that's realistic, though. We're all humans. That's okay. So once you get to the 90-day rule, the 90-day mark, I should say. Once you get there, the real starts to come out. You start to see people's temperaments. You start to see the attitudes that may come about. Those are the things that make a difference. So that's why I'm like, I need a 3 to 6 month rule. Everything is going to be perfect, all grand and happy and go lucky and all that shit. Like all of that's going to be great within the first 2 months. But that third month comes, that's when you start to realize who you're really dealing with. That's why I have a 3 to 6 month rule. I get to see I get to see the real person. Now, some people, and I'm not saying that they weren't genuine in the first 2 months, but you have a natural high from those 60 days when you first meet somebody new. You think this person can't do any wrong. You think this person might be the greatest person in the world. But somehow, ironically, when 90 days hits, people start to crash out, start to show their true colors, start to act differently, change up. So you get to really start to see who a person really is. That's why I have a 3 to 6 month rule. I don't get impressed. Like I get happy when I meet somebody new and I start dating them. I love that shit. Like that shit is cool. It's just getting to know somebody, even if they turn out to be just friends. It's a beautiful thing. It's a wonderful world to be in that lifestyle. My thing is, I just know that if I don't feel, if I have an urge that something might go wrong, I'm not discrediting what my feelings are. I'm just going, take a little bit more time to get to know the person. It's just like vetting the person out, like in the right way, in a healthy way. Because I'm not saying, I'm not throwing 3 to 6 months in your head. Like I'm only doing this for me because it helps me decipher if somebody's meant for me or not. That's all it is. And I feel like I had to talk about that again because I feel like every time I come on this platform and talk about my shit, like it gets thrown in my face. And that's cool. It's part of being a podcaster. It is what it is. I'm used to it at this point. I ain't gonna hold you too. Like that's why I gotta feel like I gotta take a break from dating too. Like I can't do my shit like and date. And my whole podcast is about dating. Like it is. It's like yeah, maybe I might have to switch it up and do some other shit, but I'm gonna keep it a stack. Like I just feel like all these dating scenarios and all these dating like adventures that's what I be feeling like I be going on. I be going on these weird ass dating adventures, and that's cool. I think it's all part of the game. Like dating is a very strategic game. I say it every fucking episode. This chess, not checkers, and because of that, I just feel like I gotta do more every time. Like I actually gotta do and be careful of what I say, but I'm not disrespecting anybody. If you feel disrespected, I'm sorry, but I can't please everybody in the world. So I feel like I every time I tell a girl I got a podcast, I get nervous, and actually, why am I getting nervous about some shit like that? I should be able to tell you whatever, as long as I'm not being disrespectful, and disrespect could come in many ways to whom it may concern. So, but naturally, I'm thinking I'm not being disrespectful. So I don't know. So I just want to make sure, like, whoever I'm dealing with understands what this platform is for. Like this whole thing got misconstrued. Like it makes me, like I said, I get nervous. And when you're on your first date and the person across from you, I was like, oh, what do you do? And I'm a podcaster, I'm a designer, I make shirts, shit like that. Like I do a lot of creative shit. So with that being said, people are interested in that because they want to see what your creative what is it? Creative mindset will be. So with that being said, like I don't see myself not being that person because I'm dating. I feel like I need to take a break because I'm just not getting the things that I would like. So it makes me push me back into, I think I prematurely left the decentering stage. Now I'm gonna have to go back and decenter and focus on the things that make me happy. And there's no shade to the people that I've dated before. It's just, it is what it is. It's just like one of those things where I have to be calm and collected. I don't want to argue with anybody. I just want to be able to be myself. And if we not matching and we not, we're not like, colliding in a proper way, and it's like beautifully colliding. You know what I mean? Like that's crazy to say, but I think that's a perfect way to explain what it I feel. If we not, if we can't mesh together and be equally yoked, that's an interesting term anyway, but but if we can't match each other's energy, I think I'm gonna have to take a step back. Like I have to like sit back and reevaluate. And like before I start pointing the fingers at the other person, I like to look at myself and be like, you know what? Maybe I am tripping. Maybe I'm just not doing enough. And maybe I need to put some more work into myself. So whoever I date, I can, get back in the groove of being a better dater and a potential boyfriend or a potential husband. So like, yeah, I'm doing this for me, but universally, I'm doing this for whoever's in my future. Hmm. I always drop some profound shit, but it is what it is. This episode wasn't meant to be super long. It was just meant to be like, I really just feel like we all need to take a break. Like, and I think when you take a break from dating, you really just create an opportunity for yourself to focus on something that you love to do, pour and like really put in. And it's like I think we forget that those things when we deal with people. Like we forget ourselves, we lose ourselves in other people. And the thing about it, I would love to lose myself in somebody I love, and that's somebody that will pour into my cup as well, because that's okay. That's perfectly fine, because you want to be able to find a person that you really care about. You want to fall in love with them, and you want to be in those things. So maybe I'm tripping, but at the same time, I'm like, nah, I feel like that's how it's supposed to go. Like, I don't want to lose myself with somebody that I'm not going to be equally yoked to. I don't, that's a fear. That's a fear, like loving the wrong person for so long, because I've done that before. I think we all have. You know what I mean? Like, uh, I think I should make an episode about dating fears. You know what I mean? So we can relate on those. I just feel like, when it comes to like dating and being yourself, it's a fine line, because you don't want to act like somebody you're not. And it comes back to the 3 to 6 month rule again. Like I need that on time. Like I need to know who you are before I lock in with you. And I get it. That might be kind of crazy for some women, or some men that might be crazy for them as well. Hey, I'm not for everybody. I'm just here for the person I'm supposed to be here for. So, um, I think I'm just, falling back from it. I think it was beneficial to do so. You know what I mean? Like I think it was easier to um express the reason on why and I needed to, fall back and take a break, versus sitting in something that I know wouldn't be good for me or her. Like I think, and then like I was about to mention it earlier. It's okay that if it doesn't work right now, it doesn't mean it can't work later. I think we forget those things. Like, yeah, some people are one and done. If it don't work now, oh well, this is a sign from God. I get it. And I believe in this thing too, that I got to do some more research about and understand what it really is. And I think some of us have been through it, but and some people have had success stories with it. It's called the red string theory. And the red string theory is, it's like you came across your future or your wife or husband and passing before, but um you never saw each other at that time. Or sometimes it could be where you dated this person before, and back then y'all was still connected and y'all broke it off, but technically you're still connected, like spiritually in a way. And then sometimes it's okay, and then you might find each other a couple years later and find each other in a more elevated sense. and then you both can probably be together. I remember this girl on TikTok talking about it, and that shit was intense. Like I was like surprised that that was a thing. I always felt that way though, because I always felt like, what happens when two people think about each other at the same time? Like, does one try to text each other? Does one call? Or is there something in the universe, a ripple effect that happens? I've always said that shit. Like, I always felt like that was a thing. It's crazy. It's crazy. But I'm gonna do some more information, get some more information about that red string theory, because I think it's a thing that we need to discuss for sure. One of the biggest things is let me tell you this. So why I think taking a break is beneficial. Let me save that really quick. Let me see. Here we go. So why is taking a break beneficial? So it's beneficial simply because of the things I mentioned earlier. It's good for you to reset. It's good for you to reflect on what things that you did wrong in that situationship or that relationship, friendship, whatever the case may be, whatever you're working on. The reason why you want to be able to, take a break is just simply the peace of mind. Like, you have to heal. You have to heal through certain things like that. I'm telling you, it could be 2 months or 2 years or 5 years or 10 years. It don't matter. People having somebody in your life for a period of time and them not being around anymore needs to be talked about more. I'm gonna say it here first. Losing somebody that you care about, whether you love them or not, if you've gained feelings for them, losing them feels like a death. It feels like an unalive moment. Like, it feels that way. And y'all think I'm tripping, but some of y'all feel me on that. I'll say it again. Being either whether you love somebody or not, when you had them in your space for amount of time, it's like when they're no longer there, it feels like a death. I've been saying this for years, and I hope y'all feel me when I say that. It's been a thing. It's something that it's something I've been, trying to work on myself. I'm not gonna lie. Like, something I probably gotta go to therapy for. But I recognize these things that bother me the most, and the things that hurt me, I won't let them hurt me anymore. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes they'll come by, some triggers might happen, but I realize that I'm good and I probably need to do some more work on myself. So that's why maybe I'm the one that needs to take a break and separate in things, in situationships that I used to have. I just see myself being in that position where I got to do a lot more for myself, and to get there. And then if a person's not matching my energy, or they're not, we talked about it last episode of dating expectations. If somebody's not meeting my simple as dating expectations, then we can't even, we can't even be together. We can be cool, we can kick it, stuff like that. But if you're not touching on those 5 dating expectations, and if you forgot what those expectations are, you might have to go back to that last episode. There's some things that I need to stand ground on nowadays. I'm so lenient, and for some reason, I keep hearing you're such a nice guy, and I'm not a nice guy. I am sometimes. I'm not a nice guy. I'm just a good guy. There's a difference. Let's lay it there, because nice guys, it seems like there's a connotation or perception that because you're a nice guy, people walk all over you. And I'd be damn that. I'd be damn if some one of y'all motherfuckers try to walk all over me. I'd be damn that. But I'm a good guy. I genuinely care about you. I care about your feelings. So I'm not gonna be like an asshole to you. I don't need to be. I can express my feelings without having to cuss or yell. And that was a skill on its own, because niggas used to bulk up and get mad as hell. I don't do that anymore. So With that being said, I'm not a nice guy. I'm a good guy. Just a peace of mind. Just a peace of mind. So I really feel like that's why taking a break is beneficial, because it helps you reset, it helps you reflect, it helps you recognize your flaws and your problems in whatever set situationship or friendship. Taking a break and taking a step back. Now I ain't gonna say I'm gonna be taking a long break. I'm just saying that I think I need a break to understand what my values are and what I want out of a person, and whatever person I'm dealing with. I want to know if they can reciprocate the same energy I'm giving. That's all it really is at the end of the day. Is like, can this person reciprocate the energy I'm giving? Do they got it in them? Do they got that fortitude to fight with me in this world of all this bullshit going on? Like, can you handle things in a relationship? Are you even ready to be in a relationship? Like, ask yourself these questions. And me personally, not right now. I'm not. I feel like I am, but because of what the dating climate is, it puts me in a not ready status, if that makes sense. I think that makes perfect sense. Actually, I'm ready to date. I'm ready to be in a relationship, but the people around me and the climate and the way the universe is aligned right now, it's like I'm not. I guess I'm not ready, because like the shit people be putting other people through, I can't allow it. Like, and I'm not saying that my future person is gonna put that in me or put that on me. You know what I mean? Like, all this weird shit, but I know one thing: the people I have talked to and have conversed with, and passing or just going out, it could just feel that energy of not like I was telling you about the dating room. And you can walk into that room and just feel the energies off. People are just out. Some people are out for themselves. Some people are worried about what the other person could do for them, which is fucking insane. I don't know, bro. Like, like, what is going on? You know, like, dating again should be fun. Dating should be easy. Dating should be simple. And did I say fun? It should be fun again. I'm gonna tell you, it should be fucking fun. But people make it so difficult, bro. I be going in through threads, and I be looking at people talking about dating in Dallas. Dating is trash and this and that. Oh, brother, these guys stink. The SpongeBob meme. That's where I got it from, man. I love that shit. That's my favorite meme right now. I send that to everybody. Every time I see some bullshit, oh, brother, this guy. I'm just like, I'm a big goofball, man. I know that. I just think, like, if we just sat the fuck down and took a break and learn how to be by ourselves and how to love on ourselves, then we will be able to decipher from the people that wouldn't, or learn how to decipher from the people that don't want us for real versus the people that really do. Like, if you sit, I'm telling you, a lot of people can't sit in a room by themselves, bro. They gotta have people around. They gotta have somebody over there trying to, be on in their face and all that. Like me, I can sit by myself and learn from myself every day, and I have no problem putting love into myself and pouring into my cup. And but still, even when me doing that, it's still harder. It's still the dating scene is still hard. So I'm not saying just because you do these things are going to work out in your favor. But I'm saying that if you do these things are going to get a little easier. Things are going to be a little bit less stressful. Now that I'm focused on solo dating myself, is making me become a better dater for my just by dating myself. Yeah, it sounds crazy, but hear the logic. Feel me though. The more I take myself out, the more easier it is for me to, like, when I do get a chance to take somebody else out, I'm gonna do something that I like to do. I'm not, and it sounds almost selfish, but it's actually selfless. Like, if I care about myself, I'm not gonna take you somewhere where I wouldn't take myself. You know what I mean? Like, you get me? You feel me? Well, let me in. But I'm not going to be playing with y'all. Like, I'm not playing with these expectations. You should be able, like I said, one of the expectations was creativity. And a lot of us have creative bones in us, but some of us are scared to display it because they might be try to play it too cool or whatever. They try to peep the scene, whatever. But I'm gonna give you me all the way. I'm gonna give you all of me off the jump. So it won't be no second guessing. It won't be what should I say? It won't be you trying to figure out why. You're like, oh, why does he act like this now? And that's this. I'm gonna show you who I am in the beginning. I think that's easier for me. Like I said, I'm just taking a break, not a long break, just a break. I think I need to figure things out and watch and see how the dating scene changes. And it change. And if you ever paid attention to the dating scene in your city, it's kind of the same sometimes. Sometimes it goes up and down, up and down. But it also changes with the seasons. We knew that though, right? Like cuffing season, outside, city girl season, shit like that. But all I know is that I'm taking a break because I need to reflect. I need to reassess. I need to retry some things and refocus some shit. Like I said, I didn't want this episode to be super long. I just wanted to get back up here and show y'all I'm here. I'm still doing my thing. I think this episode is going to resonate because it needs to. Like, I hope this episode reaches the right person, because you might be that person that might need to sit your ass down. You might be that person that needs to refocus what you want your relationships to look like. Like I said, just put love into yourself, man. It's none of this shit is that difficult. When you put time into yourself and you refocus and decenter, life just gets a little bit easier. I'm gonna leave y'all with that. Like I said, it's all love. This isn't towards anybody. This is the shit that I be feeling. I just hope y'all feel it too. As always, man, I appreciate y'all coming out and kicking it with the boy. It's your boy Brandon, and it's another episode of the I'm Just Saying podcast. Peace.